Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. I do hope that you are all well, and we're looking today into another reading, which is a new line of readings that I've started from last week, The Other Person. And I've asked on that first video, which was done last week, so that you could comment beneath the video, what are the questions that are burning for you? What is it that you're wanting to know regarding the other person? The other person would be mostly romantic, I would say, as I'm going to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Even though we can look at the Tarot of Sexual Magic as just a plain tarot deck, we'll see which cards come through. This could be, for instance, a friendship. So you're in between two friends, let's say, and this is an example. There was three of you, and they do say three are a crowd. Sometimes friendships, when there's jealousy or competition between the three people, there's an imbalance. So you can look at it in that way as well, but I would say mostly that we're looking at romantic relationships. Now, I've taken the questions that some of you have commented and what it is you're wanting to find out, and I chose the question, does she fill your cup like I do? Okay, so I will be looking at more questions. Do comment if there's something that you want to find out about regarding the other person, the person that you're not communicating with, the person that you're not connecting with, the person that you've been heartbroken from, so on and so forth. So today what we're going to do is, and today is the actually 24th of August. Just wanted to mention Uranus has stationed to turn retrograde in Taurus, speaking astrologically, which is a big deal. Mars is now in Gemini, which Mars will be there for a few months. I will be doing an astrology reading for you in the next few days, and more than likely doing the Mars retrograde in the sign of Gemini. That will more than likely be done on Patreon. So thank you, my dear Patreons, for your support. Those of you that are not on Patreon, you're missing out. I've we're looking into the asteroid goddesses, and I've finished Juno, the asteroid of commitment and marriage, which I've uploaded onto Patreon. It's tier 3 if you're interested. Those of you that are astrology lovers, check out Divine Debut 11 on Patreon. There's a lot to learn. We do a lot of mythology and a lot of astrology there, as well as we also give free readings. So I'm using the Tarot of Sexual Magic today. Does she fill your cup like I do? Or did? You can use whichever term you want. This could be something in relation to the past. This is not for a singles reading unless you're interested in someone that's taken, married, engaged, or living with someone else, and you're the third person. So now we could be looking at two people that are in different relationships that have connected. So there could be 4 people involved in this reading. But nevertheless, let's see, take it as it resonates. Remember, this is a general reading, everyone. So it may or may not resonate with all of you. Now, the Tarot of Sexual Magic is not a deck that I use very often. I want to be using it more often. What we're looking at here is we're going to take, so we're looking at your other person. On this side will be your person with the person that they're with now. They could be married, they could be living together, they could be in separation. We'll see what's going on with them and their other relationship, and we'll see your other person and how they see you. Because remember, the question is, do they fill your cup up like I do or like I did? So that's what we'll be looking at. We'll be using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart to see emotionally what's going on. I'll be taking maybe a card on the emotional side as well from the Moonology. 2 cards just fell out. We'll just see as we're tuning into the energy. We've got the 9 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. So your person, the other, is looking quite single, or they're showing up as an individual. They could be in separation mode, or they're just feeling detached. Maybe there's self-worth issues here as well. And the 5 of Wands is conflict. I don't know if they're married and in a family situation where there's conflict and there's competition, there's competitive energies here. Or the 5 of Wands could also speak to someone being at an imbalance where their desires are concerned. So they're not in a balanced situation. There's internal conflict more than likely, and we do see 3 people here. So it does show a third person. Okay, so I don't know if, as I said, you're the third person or they could be the third person as well. Okay, let's see. So your person, the other, with their current relationship, love interest, spouse. Let's see where they are. Where are they, dear Spirit? The other person. Is their cup filled in the other relationship? Okay. The other person and the relationship that they're in currently. What's going on there? We've got the World card. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. And we've got the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Swords. Okay. Let's see what's going on with your other person and how they relate, how they think, how they feel about you. We have the stars. We've got the World card here, so that's a major arcana. We've got the stars here, another major arcana, Aquarius. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the King of Chalices, King of Cups. We have the 3 of Cups. We have Temperance, another major arcana. And we've got the 6 of Cups, my dear friends. So, the general energy is the Moon. So there's a lot of lack of clarity, and what's interesting is we've actually got 4 people here, 2 couples. So 2 couples does bring up a situation where both people could be in other relationships. This is possible. Now the Moon is the general energy, obviously. The Moon does speak to our emotions, subconscious fears. The Moon can also speak to secrecy, hidden matters, someone's home, someone's country of residence, right? The Moon speaks to nurturing, loving, providing, and also the moon is very much about psychic connection, or possibly a secretive love connection. Okay, let's look at if the other person's cup is filled like you used to do for your person, right? So we've got the World card, we've got the Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So the outcome cards are the last card. So the World card many times is a card of success, much happiness. It can also speak to some sort of an ending. So I don't know if this ending speaks to the other person, so your person ending their single life. And why do I say that? Because the Ten of Pentacles usually speaks to marriage. The World card can also speak to marriage. It usually speaks to an accomplishment or a cycle in someone's life ending. Now, the World card can also speak to a physical distance. So I don't know if this person got married, they reached the pinnacle of success within a relationship, which would be logically a completion. So what is a completion of a marriage or a relationship? It speaks to marriage and many times children. That is what we are all striving for, right? To leave our offspring. So because we've got the Three of Pentacles, which threes always speak to, they do speak to initial success, or Three of Pentacles is also possibly maybe these two met through work. Three of Pentacles can also speak to an initial stage of success, third parties. Two of Pentacles, two is, right, the two people. Third person could be an actual child, possibly, or this person connected with their person, even though you were still in the picture. We've got the Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, a lot of earth. So it speaks to practical matters, money matters pertaining to the other relationship. Pentacles are long-term, and they are a sense of grounding as well. Remember, maybe there were issues pertaining to money or financial security here. Ten of Pentacles does speak to a possible abundance. We've also got the Six of Wands here, which speaks to success, balance usually. Now, I'm not reading reversals, so Six of Wands does speak to recognition, or that someone has got a persona of being very successful. They've been recognized in their periphery, in their society, from their successes. Now, Six of Wands could also speak to, Six of Wands for me is the Leo energy, right? And the shadow side of Leo can be ego. Leo does speak to children, flirtation, risk-taking, creation, and anything that we've got the ability to create. Now, Leo also speaks to the heart, but again, remember, it rules children, fun. So what I get here, because it does end with the Nine of Swords, which does speak to a lot of stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, worry. And tens always speak to endings. So we go from the Three to the Seven of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. And we also start off with the World card, which is a number 21. It is the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new. But remember, it's the first card we took out. So what I get here is that there is a possibility for some of you that this relationship was doomed from the beginning. If we think of the World card, it's the card of Saturn. It's the card of fixed energy. Now, fixed means securities. It means the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Remember that the eclipses are happening on the fixed axis of Taurus and Scorpio, but they're squaring over to Leo and Aquarius. So maybe I'm saying that this relationship was possibly built on securities. And remember, Leo and Aquarius, it's all about, you know, Leo is I'm the leader, I've got the ability to create, I take risks. Flirtation is Leo. Leo is the sun. The sun is very much about being out there, being known, being shown, someone that's created something wonderful for themselves. And Leo is also children, again, I'm going to say. But remember, these areas in the chart have been and are going through many challenges. So I don't know if Leo is very prominent for you, with whether you're dealing with a Leo or that they're connected with a Leo. These are the signs here. We've got lots of earth. We do have some air as well. The Seven of Pentacles is stuck energies. And it looks like they've invested here. They have invested, but they're at a point of not knowing which way they're heading. I don't know if there's possible ego and conflict between them, because one person is very successful and the other person, I don't know, stays home late. There's many obligations here pertaining to money, work, obviously here. And we end up with a Nine of Swords, which is someone not sleeping well at night. They've got a lot of worry. And nines are always about endings, right? It's an ending of a cycle. We do start off with the World card, which is, as I said, the World card is Saturnian. So it's someone having had to mature to get grounded so that they could move to the next chapter of their life. Even though the World card can speak to a great accomplishment, but the World card can also speak to a possible difficult situation that someone needed to be humbled by and learn from. And I usually see the Nine of Swords as it's not so much about love making love, right? It's more the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, what I get from here is that someone is being showered with riches. It's as though someone's been bought with so many pentacles here. Someone's married for the money. There is a good, we can say that there is a good sexual chemistry on this side. But also someone may have been following traditions or married because of family, a possible childbirth, or someone following traditions, following the steps of maybe what they were taught as they were growing up. Remember, the moon is very much the mother. So the mother is very prominent here in these readings. Motherhood. The moon, very strongly secrecy as well. Maybe possibly places of residence where someone resides, where they live. There is a possibility of physical distance here as well, as we do have Jupiter and Temperance here. Let's go over to the other side. Let's see how you filled their cup. So we start off with the Star card. And the Star card is usually, it's a card of hope, wish fulfillment. It can speak to social media and connection through the internet, but also a wish fulfillment that's possibly at a distance, physical or timely distance. Remember, the stars speak to an alignment of the planets. So that it speaks to timing to me, and we've also got Temperance, which is divine timing as well. Aquarius also speaks to the future, remember. But Aquarius also speaks to sort of being detached, not being totally open. Also, some of you may have met this person through friends. It could be through social media, as I said, but it started off with a really strong energy here with a star. After that, we've got the Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords does speak to blockages and fears. What I notice here in the card is it's like the devil in the background. Can you see a third figure here in the background? The very similar to the devil energies, which brings up fears and blockages and limitations, because obviously if there has been a third party, a marriage here, and this may have also started off with just a very strong, how can I say, a strong meeting. What I mean by that is the stars, it's like a wish fulfillment, being starstruck, right? Aquarius is something that's very ethereal. Think of Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So Saturn is all about limitations, blockages in the past, and Uranus is the future. So I feel here that they probably felt as though they've known you from a past lifetime. Maybe feeling as though this was a wish come true, but it was filled with blockages and restrictions here. This is what their perception was. Now again, we've got air on this side, but this is the way they saw the situation. They felt blockages, whether this was a third party on your side, or maybe any restrictive energies, which could have had to do with physical distance, or just limitations and restrictions because of a lack of perfection, if I could use that term. What I get on this side pertaining to your person and your relationship is that, because we've got the King of Cups here as well, which says that there was a lot of love and a lot of emotion here. But remember that the King of Cups is someone that's very sacrificing and giving, and many times could be emotionally unbalanced. King of Cups is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So strong intuition, very open to love, maybe emotionally not in a good place, I feel here, because of imbalances emotionally because of third parties. I get that because with the King of Cups here, we see him sitting on a throne. He seems quite powerful. So I don't know if the person you're dealing with was someone, let's see if I can, was someone that sits in a position of power. You could see that he's got a young girl sitting in front of him. So this is like someone that's like a master. So has a prominent position in society, needs to uphold this position. Needs to uphold this position and also keep that strong persona going. So someone that fears being open emotionally, possibly here. We've got the Three of Cups, which does speak to love triangles, third parties, but also Three of Cups can speak to a reconciliation possibly, or some sort of a celebration. We go from the Three of Cups to the Six of Cups. Six of Cups being a soulmate connection. She's fantasizing. She's reminiscing. She's looking back at the past. She's looking at old photos, right? Remember that this is nostalgia and to do with the past. So some of you have had a reconciliation with this person. Or if you haven't had a reconciliation, this is saying that, and remember, this is how they see you. This is probably what they want. This is probably what they were fearing, third parties or obligations. Remember, the devil and Saturn does speak to timing. He speaks to karma as well. So we've got Sagittarius and Temperance here, which Temperance does speak to divine timing, healing, physical distance. This is Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is very strong on this side here. Remember, it's a major arcana card. We've got 2 major arcana cards here. Here we've only got 1, so it does weigh more heavily on your side. Remember that Temperance, again, speaks to religion, what one believes in. It also speaks to the teacher. It's Jupiter, so Jupiter does speak to benevolence and expansion and growth, but Jupiter can also speak to possible separation where there have been imbalances because of third parties. Again, Temperance speaks to physical distance. Just the fact that we've got Jupiter and Uranus here, as well as Saturn, I'm going to say, but Jupiter and Uranus, this speaks to a very strong divine union, maybe something that could possibly happen in the future. As Temperance says, it's happening in time. Spirit is trying to work things out. And we've got the Six of Cups, so there is nostalgia. They do often look back to your relationship. Let's take more cards and see what else comes through. The Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Let's see what's going on. So we've got a lot more water. We've got water, fire, and a little bit of air. Here we've got more earth. So it's more practical. Here there's more romance and more imagination and more of a spiritual connection. So there was more possibilities on practical matters, things that can be, you know, daily, in one's daily life, and how they can be, how a relationship can work or not work out. So, of course, Earth is a long term, but it's also grounding, it's reality, and it's very much about truth, okay? Because what you see is what is real. It's not something that's been imagined or hoped for. On the other side, it's more dreamy, it's more magical, more romantic. So let's take your person with their other relationship. I'm going to take 3 cards on each side, dear Spirit. Thank you. I think I need to cut. I think I need to cut again, please, Spirit. Their person and the person that they are with at this time, with or separated from or going through challenges. So let's see what's going on with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. We've got Detach and we've got Justice here, number 11. We've got Throat Chakra and we've got Trust. So we've got 2 major arcana cards here. We've got Aries, what am I saying? Libra and Aries, I see here. Very, very much the Libra Aries energy here. Now the Trust card, which is the Fool, is also Uranus. Remember, Uranus is on the North Node and Mars passed over it. So that's very explosive energy. Detach speaks to a possible separation, possible legalities. The throat chakra is all about communication. It speaks to self-expression, clear communication, and someone speaking their truth. So someone may have spoken their truth, even though maybe their, Eight of Swords is all about thoughts, it's perception, not holding back on their truth anymore and having blurted out their truth pertaining to this relationship. So we've got, and we see that we see the bird here. Someone leaving, detaching and flying elsewhere. We see the dove being freed. Someone gotten freed from their thoughts, their dark thoughts, whatever was within them, whatever it was that they were carrying, they've taken out, they've communicated, and we've got a new cycle that begins here. So maybe this could also possibly speak to communication that you may have from your person and in relation to what's been happening with them and what they've been going through, because we've got the other person, your person is taking a leap of faith. Now it looks like they're going to be communicating with you possibly and in relation to the past. Remember that Libra is balance or imbalances pertaining to relationships. But it does speak very strongly to possible divorce or separation with the Detached card. Let's see what's going on your side. And it looks like your person may be ready to take that leap of faith, start that new cycle in their life. Now, you're obviously part of their past, and past matters will be brought up and conversations pertaining maybe to a breakup between the two of you possibly as well, or possible communication about, I don't know if it's, for some of you, I don't know if you're going through possible separation here. Let's see what the Psychic Tarot of the Heart speaks to. Because remember, my dear friends, that Sagittarius and Temperance is a number 14. It comes after the Death card. So obviously some of you are going through a major death and a rebirth as well. Remember also that Saturn is transiting Aquarius. So whatever we've been blocked in, we possibly will be detaching from or breaking free from. That's what Aquarius is all about. It all speaks to the future. It does connect to the past, but it speaks to the future as well. So what is the possibility of a reconciliation, communication between you and your person? Please guide, Spirit. Remember that the question was, did they fill their cup as much as what you did? So let's see. And I'm going to say also that this was also a risk that they took, which probably didn't work out for them with their other person. We've got Share the Love 6, the 3 of Cups again. Oh my God. Share the love. So again, it does speak to me that some of you are in another connection. There's a third party going on here. We've got base chakra, which is the root chakra, my dear friends. Some of you may be in another connection because of finances. You're feeling safe in that connection. Okay. But also what this says to me here is that for your person and in relation to your relationship, some of you felt very safe and secure within this person's presence, or they felt very safe and secure pertaining to your relationship. But also this can speak to a sense of grounding and needing to be present. And what I get here is that, remember, there's a lot more dreamy energy, more like dreamy, like sort of imagining, hoping, feeling nostalgic. What the other side says to me is that maybe there was a lack of security because it felt more dreamy. It was not as practical as what the relationship with the other person was. And we've got 8 of Pentacles, which is a dedicated effort. It speaks to 8 of Pentacles. Also speaks to it's the Virgo energy. So maybe Virgo is all about service. Maybe they did want to be of service to you. They wanted to do things for you. But 8 of Pentacles also speaks to a lot of work. So maybe practical matters were difficult here. Was more about the emotional connection, I would say here. And I feel, again, there is connection to work here between you and your person. Some of you may have worked together. We do see a very strong love connection here, right? It could be another commitment. We do see 3 people here again. I don't know if your person, for those of you that are in another connection, I don't know if your person was hoping that you would put a dedicated effort into letting go of a third party as well. All right, I want to take a few more cards. Now, this is a different deck. It's called the Howl deck, but it is a Greek deck. And I'm wanting to take 3 cards. We have signs and symbols here, and they give a little bit more of a clearer picture for me. So let's see. Sometimes, I should say, in some of the cards, we've got zodiac signs as well. So that could be important for some of you. It may give us more understanding of which signs are prominent. Let's look at the other person. So did he fill your cup as I did? Let's see. We have, this is very similar to the Ace of Wands, so there was a lot of sexual chemistry, as I said. This is very similar to the Ace of Wands, which speaks to sex, right? Also, for me, this card speaks to something having happened because it was meant to happen, right? The light. This was something that was meant to happen. And everything happens for a particular reason. We all know that. Let's see what else is going on. We've got Capricorn and more Capricorn and a little bit of Sagittarius here, but it's mainly Capricorn. Remember, Capricorn is leadership. Capricorn is career, someone's goals and aspirations, leadership, qualities, career, but also hardships and limitations and a sense of maturing. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and it can be quite heavy. So this probably started off with a lot of passion and desire, but then it was maybe an uphill battle, possibly, where someone needed to mature, they had to pull up their socks, do the work. Maybe it was difficult. And we've got the heart here. So hard work pertaining to matters of love. The heart matters. Also, remember that we've got the Fool card here, which the Fool card is, I'm going to take a risk. Now, Saturn is not about, and Capricorn, it's not about taking risks. It's more about doing things in a stable, sure way. But we've got Aries, Capricorn, so this is cardinal signs, which means instigating new beginnings, new seasons. I'm going to take one more card on that heart, and we've got the Moon. So someone not being totally truthful about where they were pertaining to their heart. Remember that the Moon, we've got the Moon here as the general energy as well. Again, motherhood comes up, secrecy, third parties, secrets. I mean, the Moon is secretive. It's things being unknown, subconsciously. So the Moon, remember the Moon is ruled by Cancer. We've got Cancer Capricorn here. So Cancer Capricorn is the home, someone's emotional, financial security, as well as their career. So that's what comes up for me here. Now this could also speak to, remember the Moon does rule the 4th house, so it could speak to past connections, or it could speak to someone's heritage and their family and what they've always followed, what was traditional. Again, I'm going to say, let's look at the side of you and your person. We have the Sun. So Leo comes up here as well. The Sun does speak to love, romance, fun, creation, possibly ego as well. Leo is also leadership. Leo would be the first stages of a love connection. More so, it speaks to fun as well, but also, you know, those butterflies in the stomach is Leo. But Leo is also the possibility to feel happy. Leo does speak to happiness. We've got a mature, fair-haired woman here. So I don't know if this is you or this is your person. Mature would be over the age of 40, someone who's got light-colored hair. Anyway, nevertheless, there's someone connected here to your relationship. I don't know if it's you or if it's another person. Could possibly be you or the other person. Nevertheless, there is a mature woman here. We've got Neptune. Neptune, which speaks to that dreamy energy, remember. Neptune can speak to the divine. It's a very spiritual connection, but there's also a lack of clarity. Many times Neptune can speak to the imagination, what we create, or just a lot of romance, a lot of magic as well. Let's have a look. I want to take the lady, this mature woman. For some of you, you could possibly be a beneath the age of 40, fair-haired woman, or someone that likes to dye their hair blonde, or you're dealing with someone that's fair-haired, more towards the fairer side. And we've got Pisces here, so we've got Pisces and Neptune. Pisces comes up very strongly here. You know, Pisces and the house of Pisces can speak to endings. It's the 12th natural house, which the 12th house also speaks to love affairs, secret love affairs, hidden enemies, physical distance, feeling blocked, feeling lost, or just a lot of lack of clarity, wearing those rose-colored glasses, imagining things that may not be real. But I like the fact that the sun is here, because the sun does clear the clouds. I'm going to take one more card. We do have also, we've got Aquarius and Pisces, so I don't know if these signs are prominent for you. For some of you, could be their moon sign, could be your moon sign, could be anything. Let's take another card here. We've got divine feminine energies here. It's like the stars are aligning for magic to happen for you, something that you've imagined. We're going from the masculine energy to the more feminine receptive energies here. I'm going to take another card here. And we've got news that's on its way, which has not come through yet. We've got the bird that's in the reverse. A reverse card for me speaks to communication, but this isn't going to happen yet until the stars possibly align. That's what I see, an alignment of stars here and here. This could possibly speak to something to do with Aquarius. Now, we've recently in August, mid-August, had a full moon in Aquarius. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Something has completed, obviously. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, could be Leo. We've mentioned many signs here. Or this speaks to the Pisces Aquarius season, my dear friends. I want to take one card on the moon here. And we've got a beginning. We've got the book. Now the book many times does speak to that Neptunian energy for me, or something that you're going to learn, something that was unknown to you about a new beginning. We've got the Fool and the book, which says new beginning. There's a new beginning here pertaining to heart matters with your other person. Now, obviously, there's a detaching first. But you're going to hear, there will be information that's coming through, things that were hidden, maybe things that they were holding back pertaining to their emotions as well. I want to take one Howl card on the moon, which is the general energy here. And we've got Aphrodite, so Venus. Venus connecting to the moon. This is a secretive love relationship. This is a magical possibility pertaining to love. This could also speak to the past, a secretive past connection. And we've got, it's interesting that we've got Venus and Mars here. These are the lovers of the zodiac. So we know that Venus and Mars were in a love affair. Venus was married. So this is a 100% for most of you. You're dealing with third parties. I don't know, as I said, 3 people or 4 in this situation. Okay, let's take the Mystic Moon Oracle. So there's possibly an ending that they're going through with the other person. And this is what you don't know. They've gone through a dark period. Maybe they've tried again. Possibly they have tried again because of family, if they share family. But the Nine of Swords, which is the outcome card, is a lot of worry. It's not an easy card. Remember, it's the end of worries, so it's like a new chapter begins. Let's look at your person with their other person. So we've got the vibrations, we've got awakening, and we've got lessons, and the book is open, so they've learned their lesson. Your person has gone through an awakening. They've awoken spiritually through hardships. Remember, the lesson book is open. They've been a student. They connected with a teacher, obviously, here. Someone who was meant to teach them something. Let's look at your side. What could possibly be playing out? We have tribe, which speaks to family, or feeling as though you've known each other before. Understanding. And we've got fresh start. Fresh start. It seems as though your person has understood through the maturing process that they've gone through that you were part of their tribe, that you felt like family to them. Remember, we've got the Six of Cups here. So they've opened up, their psychic ability has opened up. They've gone through a lot of learning. They've understood that, and many times I see the understanding card as telepathy. So when you think of them, they think of you. There's a connect there. And there's a possible fresh start here for you. And we see the earth. So there's been a grounding energy that you've gone through. No doubt. We see that the seed has been planted and it's sprout. For me, the sprout speaks to Gemini. Why? Because the seed starts at Aries, which we've got the trust card here, which means that your person has entered a new cycle where they're going to take a risk. They're going to trust that where they're moving towards emotionally, physically, that they're going to have a fresh start. This is the seed that's been planted. I feel here that the decision, now this could be many decisions on both sides, because Mars will be retrograding in the sign of Gemini for the next 7 months roughly, until March next year. Remember, Gemini is because after Aries, which is the seed, we go on to Taurus, which Taurus is the earth. The seed has been put into the earth. It needs the sun, it needs its water, it needs love. Remember, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and the North Node is there, Uranus is there, which will help everyone detach or break free from any limitations pertaining to fate. Anything that's been holding them back, where there's been no love, no stability, no value, no self-worth. You haven't been happy, nevertheless. These are the changes that are, the fated changes that are happening collectively for everyone in all relationships. And Gemini is, the seed has sprout now. It's like we're at the beginning. We're going to discover what's out there. Right? Remember, Gemini is all about curiosity. It's communication. It's travel. It's decision making. So there's going to be a lot of communication, and maybe it's going to take time. Back and forth, Gemini, lots of communication. Remember, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So a lot of back and forth. There will be collaboration to see if this can happen, if this can work. It's interesting that I said Mars will be retrograde until March. That's roughly the Pisces season, my dear friends. So there's a possible fresh start. This is like a gift from Spirit. This is the hand of Spirit. It's like the Ace of Wands, but also possible Ace of Pentacles because it shows the earth. So getting grounded, something becoming real, starting from the bottom and possibly growing once you love, nurture, and provide for it. So the possibilities are here. What are we going to do about it? The general energy is pride and ego. And we've got the peacock, which the peacock does speak to abundance. It speaks to magic. It speaks to so many beautiful energies, strong intuitive energies here. But there is pride and ego. So those fixed signs are in this reading. The fixed cross, right? The fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. There's pride and ego, so there's power from both sides. I do feel that there is ego and vanity. So I don't know if there's leadership. You're both quite strong. I feel the energy of both being quite strong. We've got Leo here. We've got Capricorn here, both leaderships. So and I do feel, because Capricorn is a maturing energy. So you're both probably, more than likely, this has been going on for quite some time. You've gone through a maturing process and a karmic situation, no doubt. I do see maturity here, but I still see that there's a lot of passion. And there's also the ability to manifest. I mean, this speaks to great abundance, my dear friends, as well. There's the cycle. The cycle needs to be broken before you can receive. All right, let's see. Let's see what the energy oracle holds. What is the advice? Generally today, the advice, dear Spirit. What is the advice from Spirit? What is it that we need to know? Remember that the Ace of Wands is similar to, I mean, it's a spark, isn't it? It's a spark. It's like being able to see the truth. It's like the light coming on, and things that were very unclear will become clear. 2 cards fell in my lap, so I will take them. Oh my God. When I picked up the deck, at the bottom of the deck, we had the caring connections here, and I thought, oh, okay, I should have shown it to you. But we've got a journey here. We are journeying towards a caring connection. This is like flirtation. We see that she holds flowers in her hands, and the signs are showing us the way. We're on the journey, and we see that someone is taking a journey to come into a caring connection. So possibly, remember the Fool card on the other person's side, they're on that journey now. They're following the signposts. They've packed their bags. So we're all on a journey, we could say, towards a balancing out of romantic connections, coming into relationships that are more equal. Now, caring connections is a number 14, which is temperance. So we've got a number 2. 2 could speak to coupling up, but also breaking up, right? You can separate the two. So someone is leaving their past, and they're looking towards the past, but they're moving towards the future. So they're still ending what they've been dealing with the past, and they're planning, strategizing their journey moving forward. They're crossing over a bridge, which is never an easy bridge. Remember, that is the 5 of Cups for me. So they're still mourning the past. And number 14 speaks to temperance. Some of you, this is an actual physical distance. For others of you, this is an emotional distance. But the path is open and the signs are there. All right, my dear friends. So that's what I have for you today. I hope that this helped. I want to thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Sending you much love, much light. I will talk to you soon. Ta-da.